I like him. One like him. How are you?
I'm fine, Mayo.
My seni.
Akuma na ikaba.
Na ikaba ni shire chitika lete ni lyashi.
Arabaikata abantu bo.
Baikata abantu. Kwesa.
Abeba commented poabo. Niga tiki bande ba Mayo baikata.
What?
Kuya wale comment farande ba Mayo.
Baikatwa.
Na shupa ma. Tagara monega tagara comment apo.
Yeah, ba.
That's a pena.
Wait, you know what? We know that opposition. They brought this cyber law for this same reason. So machining sha. Twadirandira ti cyber law ya kuikata ba opposition. That's abuse. That is abuse of power, Noma. Ni abuse of power yo. Bantu Muzambia no nsali kwa tensambu ya kulanda opinion ya kwefyale tontonkani. Every Zambian ali kwa tensambu. Bala ikate chalo chonse. Kabekate. Let them go ahead. But we'll continue speaking. Honestly, this is like crazy. Kula landa fye bonse pa kuchibake kati abantu bonse kuchibaikata banga. Tien tule landa fye bonse bakala tuikatira mu. As long as tautukeni omuntu, there is no reason for them kukuikata. Ngabaikata omuntu ni abuse of power. Hi ba Abdul, mulishani ba MBC, mulishani ba Brenda. Share guys. Silence is violence. Tabatutaralike pakano. Tabatutaralike. Ero amajere bakushefye. Bantu bashani. Vale bakushefya amajere. Bantu bashani wale soka na ambassador. Umuntu uwa isa mkulanda pia chitu walikwata meeting 33 over this systematic theft. Wambo kula museka you are being undiplomatic. What is diplomatic pari busakara? Is there diplomacy when theft is involved? Pari busakala 33 meetings, honestly, that is enough time. Enough time for people who want to change. Bena tabapera ponana ababa bena bale ikata fi abantu kwabulana notice. They are arresting people without notice. Bali sasa inasaiba lo kwabulo kutweba like an ambush perhaps bale ikata fi abantu. So chali bakali pafirafini atwebere ko uli awini ambassador ewa chitena warning pakti tuishi bachibali sign. Chile bakali palelandira abantu.
Wabona ti mwa PF na yena lini.
Muko kwa fact ni PF na yena. Muko efishere kona ilanda na ilya de icha shala konomba bakala landa ati na uli awini ambassador is a PF.
Serious. Awa PF na mkufyo yo.
Ba Ana Zulu mulishani, ba Kelly mulishani, ba Facebook share. Mule chita share mwe bantu ba kwade. Sata ba tutalaliki. Teba tushitila mafoni. elo twalikwata ensambu mu constitution yesu kulanda. We have a right. So bonso baleka kalufye ngovi. Power tap, power tap, power tap, power tap. Hi, Edgar Lungu, my son. Power tap, power tap, power tap. Kulalanda fye insambu shesu shaba mu constitution. We have the power to talk. According to the Zambian constitution, we have the power to talk. So ababale foku tushimia. Baleshta abuse ama laws neshta aboikesa. A day of reckoning is coming. Welcome by Edgar Lungu, by Abdul, welcome. By Facebook, chiten share by Facebook.
Mommy, how are you?
I'm good, long time. How are you? Good to see you.
No, it's good to see you, Mama.
Yes.
Been out for sure.
I know.
Let me invite more people. Let me just do this.
Invite people on Facebook. Invite people mwewantu. Fwewa mbita tuli mu cyberspace ya kuzambia. So techiba tuikatemu. So mune chita share abantu pano pene mwaisa mkulandira pano. Nangu mwaisa mkumfwe fidelandi kwa. We are not in the Zambian cyberspace. So we are not subject to their laws. Yes. And we are speaking correctly. Politically correctly. If there's such a word. Good evening, Tuku, Chanda Chimba. Share this video, guys. Share, share, share. I know people are scared. Let's not be scared. Let's encourage each other. This is what is happening in Zambia is very unfortunate, and we are exercising our right to speak under the Constitution of Zambia. In the preamble, nalikwata constitution yapa. I've printed the constitution, is right here. I have the constitution right in front of me. Here, mwaimona constitution nali printer. Nali printer constitution. Article number, the preamble. We, the people of Zambia, acknowledge the supremacy of God. So Zambia is a Christian nation. Declare the Republic as a Christian nation while upholding a person's right of conscience and religion or belief. Fiaba mu constitution. So fide fia chitike kusifia kusenda ba Dorcas mother, ba senda ma Dorcas mothers kudia, ba mukikate chipampa, chaba HH. That is infringement of belief, because they won't say freedom of affiliation. Because ba Dorcas mother bali abali kwa tensambu ya kulongana kuchipani echo bali fwaya. So fide aba chitire babula ba Dorcas mother bonse no kuba pele pampa fia ba HH. That is a violation of a human right for the freedom or to have a religion or belief. If you ole fire, nga ole fa kutu aba SDA, nga ole fa kutu aba Katolika, no babali bula bonse ba SDA, baba bika mu UPND. So by SDA bali kwa tensambu ya kuba PF, bali kwa tensambu ya kuba Socialist Party, nga bale fa kutu ba isa mu New Era Democratic Party. So fide tuwa mwene babule fipampa, bapela bonse ba SDA, bambo kusende chipampa chaba UPND. That is a violation for the freedom of religion. That is in the preamble of the Constitution. Uphold the human rights and the fundamental freedoms of every person. So number 3, preamble number 3, human rights and fundamental freedom. Human right, umuntu alikuwa tensambu ya kulanda, if you are fire na opinion yakwe. Uliomwa icho bekete mlandu wa ma smiley face, tulioto ati achibiko tuma smiley face, kashinga achira papa na munga achira alira. That is a violation of the Constitution right here, in the preamble. Which means nga bapanga bill. Iyi bill bapanga, cyber bill, we have printed it. I have the cyber bill right here. So, the cyber bill falls under the Constitution. Yaba muka chiumu. So cyber bill tetise pamulu on top of the Constitution, violating our Constitution. No. The cyber bill must be within the Constitution, which means we have the fundamental right for freedoms of every person, which we including right to life, when it comes to life, to right to life, not kwatama problem, because ububuteko would now bukwata a big case bombshell came where the US ambassador is accusing this government of systemic theft. Life-saving drugs. People who are dying from malaria, TB, and HIV. Everyone has a right to life. That's why global partners have come in ukuleta shiriemiti Muzambia so that takuli umuntu uwakfwa from a manageable disease. HIV is not curable, but it is manageable. HIV is no longer a life-threatening disease because of the drugs. But if people are going to start stealing these drugs, and then you hold 33 meetings to discipline the culprits, and nothing comes through, and when this ambassador comes and tells the whole world what's happening, he's told to be undiplomatic. What is undiplomatic about stealing? There is no diplomacy in stealing. In fact, after 33 meetings, these people, they should have been reported to international law organizations for prosecution. Because UPND wena tabale kwata prama meeting na Zambians to inform us. They are not warning any people. They have arrested people without warning. Munia Zulu is rotting in jail. Why didn't they sit down and talk to him? But these American ambassadors, government, they are sitting with our government, giving them a chance to fix things, but they are not. This government is not giving its own citizens time to fix their mistakes. Where is Munia Zulu? Where is JJ Banda? They are arresting people over nothing. But meanwhile, they are stealing drugs. Isha kupususha bena Zambia. What a shame. What a shame. And today when I woke up, I was just thinking about this whole thing. You know, the threat. It all started with the threat. But Chabinga bambire bole. Chabinga kicked off this ball with the threatening the diplomats in Zambia. We didn't know. Actually, there was something cooking. After the threats from Chabinga, and nobody can arrest me. By UPND, you will not arrest me because if on the land upon fishing. We are talking about things which are on social media, and that is our right. Iyo, Mozambian constitution uphold the human right and the fundamental freedoms of every person, which includes freedom of speech. So, by UPND, tamatwika le pansansa, tamatwike mu dictatorship. Unless Mulandi at his constitution might suspend, you know, but how did you suspend the constitution without the Zambians signing off on it? Have you suspended this constitution? Because the way you are implementing the laws by UPND, you are not following the constitution. So, have you suspended the constitution? And if you have suspended the constitution, who allowed you to suspend the Zambian constitution? Who allowed you by UPND to operate above the Zambian constitution? Because it is supposed to be within the constitution. Umuntu na kwatensa mbusha kulanda respectfully. Umuntu ngalelande chinka mulekeni alande. Nomba nabale chitafia, you know. Abalelande fishinka tamulefo kumfwe fishinka kubantu. Selective law, selective application of the law is another issue. Is a big problem yo tukwete muno Muzambia nomba. Kuli ukusalaula uwa kukaka na makita prosecute mule salaula ba UPND. Shame on you. Selective application of the law yaba muma dictatorship states. In a democracy umuntu onse afidoku ba treated according to the crime ewa panga. Today, I woke up and I started working on a document about this selective application of the law. And I am going to read some of the things which I documented before I let you people to come in, and we can start talking about what's happening. So let me just read a document which I wrote, and if you are on my WhatsApp group, you have seen this document in the WhatsApp groups. And the document is a PowerPoint presentation, and it's called Selective Application of the Law in Zambia. So as you are here, you can follow me on YouTube. I have posted most of my videos on YouTube, so you can catch up what is there. Facebook, the videos are there, but they're starting to delete them. So Facebook, they are starting to delete the videos. And then if you want to follow me on WhatsApp, you can add your number, add your phone number in a message, and then I'm going to add you to WhatsApp groups where we discuss things which we cannot discuss here online. Yeah. Yes, so hi, Edgar Lungu, welcome. I'm just going to finish my presentation. I prepared a document. It's there in a WhatsApp group. I'm going to post it on Facebook and as well as YouTube. So you can follow me on YouTube. And I'm going to read this, and then while Edgar, you can come in. The selective application of the law in Zambia. A call for justice and accountability by New Era Democratic Party. So as you know, I'm the founder of New Era Democratic Party. So I'm not speaking from out. I have another organization, Nangoma Foundation Zambia, which is a human rights organization. And the Nangoma Foundation, we had over 100 election observers throughout Zambia in the 2021 election. So if they're interested to... Oh, but Joseph Chimba, welcome, comrade. Yeah, welcome, comrade. There we have a guest on Facebook. Yeah, we have a guest on Facebook. So I'm just... Can you mute, please? Can you mute? Can you mute? Okay, I have to remove my guests because they did not mute. So we are here, guys. We are talking about the selective application of the law in Zambia, a call for justice and accountability, New Era Democratic Party, May 14, 2025. So we as New Era and as Zambians generally, we condemn the selective application of the law under the current regime. The secret enactment of the Cybersecurity and Cybercrimes Act of April 8, 2025 marks a shift towards censorship. The law is enforced selectively to suppress dissidents while shielding ruling party members. UPND top scandals. So I have about 10 UPND top scandals, and no one has been prosecuted for this. Why? Because of selective application of the law. Number one, the biggest scandal so far is the Healthgate scandal, theft of life-saving drugs. These are malaria drugs, TB drugs, and HIV. This news is just breaking, and we saw the government come in and say that the ambassador was not diplomatic. So my question is, how can you be diplomatic after sitting 33 meetings and you do nothing to fix it? Actually, I can commend the ambassador for not taking drastic measures like reporting the Zambian government to the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. As you know, for every drug stolen, a life is stolen. For every medication that is sold in the chemist, it means somebody who was supposed to buy that medication is dead because they didn't have money to buy that medication. This is very, very serious, especially malaria. Malaria, you don't last a week. If you have severe malaria, it's less than a week, you are gone. So how can a government steal such important, essential life-saving drugs, continue to steal the drugs since 2021 and do nothing to fix it? And when they are called to order, they start defending themselves and they're playing defense. It is sad. And second, the top corruption scandal is the sale of Mopani shares and Kansanshi mine privately. We all know that the sale of the key mining companies in Zambia has been done outside parliament. Now we must know that all the mines, they are a property of the Zambian people. Hence, if any ruling government wants to decide to sell any mine, they must go to parliament, consult the parliamentarians. The parliamentarians have to go to the people and ask the people, the government want to sell the mines. Then they come back with an answer from the people to the parliament, and then the parliament should decide. But we know that these mines have been sold with bypassing parliament. So that is a scandal. 500 million in public funds lost annually, according to the Transparency International. NAPSA fund misused in the Lusaka dollar scam. That thing, we know that there's a consortium who was formed outside of parliament again. A consortium was formed outside of parliament and given money, pensioners money to fund this project. Instead of this Chinese company to come with its own money, they were given money from pensioners. Myself, I'm a pensioner. Many other thousands, if not millions of pensioners are waiting to be paid, while our pension money is being diverted to fund projects. Scandal at ECZ and Zamstat census anomalies. So we are still waiting to hear from ECZ the scandal that was there, because the numbers, they are not matching between the Zamstat and ECZ. We have more registered voters in certain areas than the census which was conducted under this same UPND government in 2021, 2022. That's another scandal. The push for illegal constitutional amendments before elections is another scandal. We as Zambians, 15 million Zambians are fighting with poverty, but this government wants to implement constitutional amendments which will cost a lot of money. Not only will these amendments cost a lot of money, some of the clauses they want to change in the constitution will give more power to the executive, and it is a way in which they want to consolidate their power. So with almost all the major stakeholders have condemned this amendment, the push to amend the constitution before elections. That is another scandal. I'll be doing this every time to remind these UPND. There are malpractices at the Registrar of Societies, where we saw the office bearers of the largest opposition party being changed overnight. Now, if that's not a scandal, I don't know what it is. There are serious malpractices at the Registrar of Societies. I myself, I am a victim because my party, New Era Democratic Party, the office bearers were changed overnight by the registrar without the registrar ensuring that the manifesto was followed. Remember, every political party has a manifesto and they have stipulations how to change a president. But we are seeing under this government where people are waking up and changing the office bearers at the registrar overnight. And we have seen the drama unfold, especially in the Patriotic Front political party, which is the largest political party in the country at the moment. We have the secret enacting of the Cyber Bill of 2025, where the government representatives have claimed that this bill was signed by Edgar Lungu, but the fact is Edgar Lungu made his changes and signed it. So for them to sign it again in 2025, it means the president and his government made some amendments and they did not come inform the people, warn the people. Life is on social media. We were not warned. We were not educated. And now we hear, I don't know this is true or false, we hear somebody has been arrested for posting an emoji on a comment. Shame. We have the Kenneth Kaunda Gold Gate scandal, where a plane with gold was caught at the airport. And from there, the narrative was changed to say it was not gold, it was copper. And there the court case was held in camera. That is another scandal. We have the Sujilite truck scandal. They were Cobalt was at a police station, not Cobalt, sorry. Sujilite was at a police station. This Sujilite has disappeared. We don't know where it is. It is enough to pay off Zambia's debt. That's all I know, if not most of it. The biggest scandal, they are all big. Ama scandal was load shedding, the power exportation scam, where Zambians are living in blackout without power, but this government is exporting the power. Where they are taking the proceeds from the exportation of power, we don't know, because Zambians' poverty has reduced to the worst since Zambia became a republic. Another big one, we have a mining tax holiday and removal of tariffs on precious stones. Again, you are seeing what is happening in the global shift. There is a global shift of countries taking ownership of their mines and resources. Countries initiating processing of the raw minerals in their own countries. But alas, when it comes to Zambia, we are doing the opposite. Our minerals are being looted as we watch. There's currently a plan to build a Lobito corridor rail line to loot more resources. When countries around Africa, even not going far, our neighbors, Malawi, they instituted a ban on exporting precious stones to review the contracts. Zimbabwe has banned the exporting of chrome. Namibia too, there are some sanctions. Botswana also is doing things like our neighbors, not even going far. Our neighbors, they are taking control of their resources, our neighbors. But alas, when it comes to Zambia, it's free for office and deni. What a shame. Lastly, 3 billion is lost annually through tax evasion. That is 30% of the GDP. So since we are giving tax holidays, they are not collecting taxes. We are losing like 3 billion annually. So the money that this government is running on, it is coming from borrowed money and taxpayers' money. Taxpayers, which include a woman selling tomatoes. This government have no shame to run a government on taxing people who are selling charcoal. A woman who is selling tomatoes. A marketeer is paying tax, but the big money is going away free. And because of this, they have brought this law to gagas to stop speaking. And finally, before I let you comment by Edgar Lungu, I just want to say, you know, Madam Vice President was on yesterday, and she said something very controversial, which all of us are up in arms against what she said. No matter how you slice it, that language should not be coming from a vice president. Even if they try to explain, no, she meant this or this, there is no way a vice president. I remember Nalumango in campaign, which made me like Nalumango. She was there saying, we are here to help you, our children. Let us fight to remove PF so that we create a Zambia, a better Zambia for you. Those were the words of Madam Nalumango. Now, how can Madam Nalumango say that even if you remove us, you still be poor? So that statement is very revealing. So does it mean all this time they knew they didn't, this is my opinion. Zambia, like I said, we are a democratic republic. My constitution is here. All of you know your constitution, know your right. My constitution under number 3, uphold the human rights, freedoms of every person, which is why we are talking today. We have our freedom to talk and express our opinion. Express our opinion on everything in public domain. So Madam Nalumango, what she said, I think instead of arresting people, she needs to retract that statement for the sake of peace in the country. And then before I close, one thing I forgot to talk about, selective application of the law. So we are here, we are saying the cyber law is there. And you know, when the cyber law was introduced, it was said that you cannot circulate a call out. And we saw the young lady, her name is Zed Farmer. She was on her video and sharing the call out for Simon Mwewalen. And she explained that her mother is the director of ECZ Mwangala Zalomis. And now, after she displayed that call out, which we know that in the new cyber law here, if you I have the cyber law here, printed it out. So if you display the new cyber law, the call out, it's 5 years. So now we are watching the space to say, is this woman, Z Farmer, going to be arrested for displaying a call out? Then if she's not arrested, then we know what we have been saying. It will be a confirmation of what we have been saying, to say these laws, they are made for the opposition, because this is a daughter of the ECZ registrar, whom we know, Mwangala Zalomisi. She's a UPND cadre. We have seen her now, regalia. So you can't arrest me on facts. Start arresting people on lies. Like, how about you arrest Tabokawana for all his lies and misleading the country? How about you arrest Batuke Imenda for calling Bishop Banda a Lucifer? How about you arrest Honorable Mutolo and Kasanda Chushi for selling our maize? How about you arrest Honorable Siakalima for calling the people they have a poverty of the mind? How about you arrest Frank Chopi for insulting Zambians publicly for almost 4 years? Matomola also is being shielded. He's there talking about 2 high-profile cases. He was there to predict the ruling before the judge made the sentence. We know that is a crime. It's a criminal. Right there, and then the judge should have issued a bench warrant of arrest for Matomola. Matomola is sleeping in his bed. Honorable Sylvia Masebo has been mentioned in the Healthgate scandal. She was in charge of those medicines that were marooned at a private residence. Honorable Chabinga We know all his chain of criminalities. And the climax is when he threatened diplomats. Where is Chabinga today? Why is Chabinga not arrested for threatening diplomats, for doing their job? Simon Mwewa was given a call out and he came on camera saying, I can't go there. It's too far away. Why can't you write me a call out here in Lusaka? When we know that Chishimbakambwili lost two brothers driving to go to the somewhere in Kasama for a court case. Chishimbakambwili's brothers died. And then we have a Kada, Simon Mwewa, saying he can't go to Kabwe. We have not seen land cruisers there to go and arrest him because he has a summons. Chibokolo, and why me? Where is Chibokolo today? What happened to why me? You all know the story. Northwestern youths are insulting ECL publicly. Where are they today? And the many youths that are languishing in the prisons. So we shall continue to call out all these malpractices and abuse of power by UPND. We shall continue to expose you because Zambia is for everyone and Zambia is a democracy. Thank you. I end here.
Mama.
Before you start, Michael.
Hi, Republic. Hi, Joseph's. Hi, Undercover. Yeah.
So, Mama, may I start with a statement that my mother, the Vice President, issued. I think my advice to her is to, let her be quiet. She should, stop talking because it doesn't make sense every time. Her being a leader, every time she issues a statement, the next day, the team has to come and explain what she meant. Every time she issues a statement, the team has to come the following day to explain what she meant. Her being a leader and her, holding, that high profile, position, we've got expectations with the citizens or maybe with the public, of what to expect from a leader like her and, what not to expect. And, every time she comes on public to issue statements, what we expect is not what, is not what we get. So I think she should just stop talking, let her be quiet, and I think we'll appreciate that. Secondly, the guy that has been arrested for, just for simply, commenting with emojis. I think I saw that on social media when people are posting. If that is true, really, then I'll call that as, intimidation. I think they're trying to, instill fear in us, especially, because they know to say social media right now has got, a very, very huge role to play as far as, campaigning is concerned. So I think they're trying to intimidate us to stop contributing in these WhatsApp groups, to stop, contributing, in the national affairs, the high cost of living and everything, to stop, commenting on these things. So as, so that they can put this picture to say the UPND government is working and people are quiet, so things are okay. Because it doesn't make sense someone, just emojis, you should arrest someone for simply commenting with emojis. What communication is that emojis, it doesn't even make sense to me.
No, that is abuse of power. Let me comment on that before you go far. Now, a WhatsApp group is a private group. That's why that WhatsApp group, we are all not in that group. And that's why each WhatsApp group has got encryption. So now, if someone leaks information from a WhatsApp group, that is the one who has committed the fraud, the cyber crime. It's like a WhatsApp group is like in your house. When you're talking in your house privately, it's supposed to remain in your house. It's like by HH, meeting, but HH has got a private WhatsApp group with his ministers. So if someone in HH's private group leaks a message from there, that is violation of the cyber law. So now it is up to the admin in that group to find out who leaked that audio, because that is the cyber crime. We must know our rights. So I want to educate you people to say that kid, Uyomurumendo Bakakire, for leaking a comment in a WhatsApp group, that is a violation of his rights, because that comment was made in a WhatsApp group. Now it is different if I make a comment on Facebook or any public media, then it's different. So that is just targeting. There, maybe he has enemies or the spies. Be very careful. The spies, there are spies in these WhatsApp groups. Now my message is to the spy. Spying is a cyber crime. If you are put in a WhatsApp group to spy on people, the day you be caught, it is 5 years. So the same reason why I can't go in a WhatsApp group HH, Nama ministers yabo, and take out information from there and bring it on social media, I will be charged with cyber law. This is where we are saying selective application of the law. The one who went and reported a person for posting for a post in a private group is the criminal, because that was in a private group. We must tell these people that we know our rights. They are cooking up stories even when there are no stories. Mateo, I'm not dropping you. It's just something with your connection. I'm adding you, but somehow you are dropping. So it's not me who's dropping you. So I think by Edgar, you can finish. Then we're undercover. You can come in. By Joseph's Republic, by Abdul, and we have Chiti joining. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's funny how the European government has suddenly changed, and they have become dictators. The same things that they preached against when they were in opposition. They promised the rule of law. They promised heaven and earth. They promised us Dubai. They promised us 14 hours, 10 hours we come, 14 hours and everything. And today we have seen the opposite of what they promised. And once we try to remind them what they promised, once we try to remind them to say, no, you're going in the wrong direction, this is not what you promised, what we get is intimidations. What we get, is arrest. So we have seen what has happened to Munia Zulu. We saw what happened to Nixon Chirango. We saw what happened to Buma Sambo. We saw what happened to Waimi and many others. And like you are saying, to say there's selection, in as far as justice is applied. Those in power, they are committing serious crimes as well, but we have not seen them, or maybe the justice applying to them. So my advice to the Zambians is that you have given the UPND the 5 years to rule this country, and we have all seen what they can do, or maybe what they can offer, and we have seen what they have done in these 5 years. It's not something that we have to come to you and convince you, maybe to start telling you how the UPND has worked. This is what the UPND has to offer to you. So come next year, go and register as voters. You've got a chance. You've got an opportunity to to make. You've got an opportunity to do the right thing. You've got an opportunity to remove this government and bring in the government that means well for you. Another 5 years with the UPND government, there'll be no Zambia to talk about, trust me. Another 5 years with the UPND come next year, Trust me, all of us who are here will never be here talking like the way we are talking right now. We'll never be here. There will be no social media for us to talk about now. There will be nothing. So next year, advise your friends to tell their friends to register as voters. And please, 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 this should be our song, our everyday song. Let's encourage more people to vote. Let's encourage more people to register as voters. Come next year, we need to kick out the UPND government. I know that these, rumors going on to say, there's no opposition, who is going to stand this and that. Don't worry about that. The biggest opposition that the UPND government has is you, the people of Zambia, that are suffering. This is not the fight between the UPND government and the PF. This is the fight between the government and the people at large who are suffering here in Zambia. So go and register as voters. ECA will be there on the ballot paper. Come what, go and register as voters. Encourage your friends to tell their friends to go and register as voters. Come next year, we need to kick out the UPND government. Mama, thank you so much.
Thank you. I think Abdul, you came earlier. So Abdul, you can go ahead. Sorry. Abdul, you came earlier. You can go ahead. You were, I think, the first or second one. Go ahead, Abdul.
Thank you very, very much. I don't know if you are getting me loud and clear.
Yes.
Yes. I want to first of all give Edgar Lungu a vote of thanks for the word of registration, and I want to also to comment on the issue our mother has elaborated on deliberate laws that are here to shut people down. I also want to talk about.
Jay Banda is here.
I also wish to.
Is that Honorable Jay Banda?
Yes, he is.
Akwasu. Akwasu. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Let's just greet our Honorable JJ Banda. He has joined the panel. Oh my God. I am so happy, my son. Yeah, I want.
Honorable, how are you?
How are you?
Well, good, thank you. I'm so humbled to have you.
Thanks so much. I'm happy as well.
Oh my God, today is the day. Our Honorable is in the house, my son. I miss you. I'm sorry about everything that happened. Oh my God.
No, it's time, Mom, and exactly what Prophet KK said, may so rest in peace. Exactly, that's what is happening. But we need just to accept, and whatever happened, it's happened. It's a God's plan. So I'm sure God has got a plan for us, a very big one.
That's true.
Anyway, welcome to the panel. We are honored today. It's Fire for Fire. We invite people. Our Honorable is here. I hope you can speak and take some questions.
Yeah, I'm sure. Me, what I can just say is that I think I can just talk on two issues.
Okay.
The first one, it's about the way our country has been divided, whereby Easterners and members, we are now foreigners in our country. That's the first one. Then the second one about the vice president. I was very shocked and surprised. Instead of her giving hope to the people, and even her also also even giving hope to those people who are sick, whereby the medicine have been withdrawn. But to see what she was telling the people, it was so disappointing. So those are the two issues I can talk about. So about Easterners and Bembas, it's not an issue now to hide. Look, one, if you're not a praise singer, if you're coming from Eastern and a Bemba, if you're not a praise singer, which means you are a biggest enemy, go to PSMD. PSMD today, and there's a list of Easterners and Bembas. On that list, you will never find anyone from Southern, from Central Province, from Western, and from Northwestern, which is very sad. And we don't know where we are going because I put my number on my Facebook page and I interact a lot with the civil servants. Civil servants are complaining. All those who were directors, all those who were deputy directors, all of them, they have been moved out. They have been packed at PSMD. They are not working because they are saying that they are PR, which is a sad thing. It's not supposed to be like that. In the civil service, a civil servant is a non-partisan, whereby he works with whoever. If today we take over as a civil servant, they'll switch. That's how it's supposed to be. But I don't know why our friends, they are so scared, whereby to keep those Easterners and Bembas in those positions. Look at State House. At State House, ECA lost by a very big margin, just there in State House. But immediately when they took over, and those officers at State House, they were amongst the 2.8 million. But immediately when they took over, all of them, they were chased. They're in Shankombo, they're in Chama, they're in Mafinga, they're in what? And where they are complaining. But they voted for them, but after voting for them, they have been mistreated. So I can assure to you to say, the same officers where they have gone to Shankombo, where they have gone to Mafinga, where they have gone to Kaputa, they are campaigning for us. Because that's the only way, because most of them, they left, they left a lot of things back in Lusaka. And the only way they can come back, it's by the change of government. So to avoid that, I can assure to you to say, those officers who are at PSMD, they have got also where they are coming from the village. So they are campaigning also. So what I can say is that the Easterners and Bembas, it's not tribalism, but let's emulate the way they are voting. Let's make also a stronghold. Because then they're saying that it's not tribalism, it's stronghold. So even us now, let's make the stronghold. The way the Southern chief, the way they have endorsed him, that's a way the Bemba chiefs and the Eastern chiefs, they are supposed also to endorse the Toss Alliance president.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's them who have given an example.
Mm-hmm.
Who have given an example. You can see the chief to go on the rally and then to start endorsing someone. A chief is a person who is supposed to welcome everyone. Go to Eastern, anyone who goes to the chief will be welcomed. Now, if a chief endorsed someone, is he going to welcome the? Is he going to welcome the opposition? The answer is no. That's why you saw for the first time the SDA church to refuse the gift from someone just because it's opposition.
Imagine.
Where on earth? Where?
Yeah, but
Because churches are not supposed to be partisan. Church, they're supposed to welcome any gift, either it's coming from a white person or what. As long as it's a gift, the church is supposed to welcome that. But you can't refuse to say no. It's because here, this church, that's where the president goes to.
But no matter what they are doing, honorable, no matter what they are doing, yeah.
So for the first time, seeing a church rejecting someone who has pledged something to say no, we can't get it because us, the president, congregate from this church. Nikuni kwa mene unko, kwa pinga chitike voting before. Nifi nilopanganda pate nzo kula makoro, nzo tipunzisa lini. That's why romba mpeza romba muchechi romba muntu nda mumpasa mpangu kaso onkala romba ona munga monse mwe bantu ni ngombe. Okuli jamifyo nikuni fechiliza president mfyo.
Viva, Honorable, viva.
my son in the house today, Honorable J. Banda, God loves you. Yeah. Yes. Powerful.
Ivo boli jami fiori munga vipeze tiala vupeze kama machechi ama satani.
Which church kulibe? Kwa banoko balishe misori mu church is an abomination.
And even when you are sitting on certain seats, there's a way they train. You mean surely who's an animal here?
Muchechi mwanga lishe mifiori ni mchechi la ama satani.
Takwa banokulishe misori ile panganda pali. Nimu musiteba mu street.
Nikuja mifiori because muona munga ni ngombe. Kulie.
Imagine, kabili ngombe sho balanda nemisori tefyo.
Ngombe nuzwa lini na bishop wenze mukapena mechimbwatiani.
But yesho balandira bama machikamone kati muzamba tamwa baba umeba bule nshindo. Part they should confront him right there. Why should they be quiet? Umuntu already shemi sorry mu church pantu ni president. So president yena tate charufyanye.
Seo patenzo kula panganda wenzo tiresha makolo kuti osalije bino no mfiori ungalijeli ni munganda.
Ifa bale umalatata kukudika kushapa we na kukuma. Kibwanganuwo kulisa ku grounding uli kuskule kwa kutishemi sorry. Panganda kukulopola.
So nomba ivo vonse vuchitika chifukwa chauti muntu aliye vochita aliye vision yali nayo ni olisha mifioli. Now do you think you can even take care of the people? That's why now he has prioritized animals. That's why now when you steal a chicken or you steal a goat, then you won't be given bail.
Imagine.
But in rape case, defilement, there is bail.
Imagine.
So which means he doesn't care about the human being, but he cares a lot about animals. I'm sure that's because he grows up a lot with animals.
Wandini, tulimu wafya.
Honorable J. Banda Mulishani.
We know Shani.
JJ in the the lion of Africa. We are not kwata Ibrahim Traore Muzambia, not kwata. Twalikwata. We have Ibrahim Traores in Zambia. Aba umeba nshindo.
That's why you see when someone prioritizes animals than people. That's why he doesn't care when the American, when they said to say no, we have withdrawn our aid. He said he didn't care. He just needed to say no, it's time to stand on ourselves. Who does that? Does he know how many people, how many millions of people? We are about 1.2 million of people who depend on LRBs. What about those on TB? Has he ever been to UTH to see people who are suffering there? I was even shocked to say, but he opened the ngombe sure. Once I took a mangwara said that root akapapatire kula to say no. I'll fire these people who are involved. Can you give us back?
33 meetings, Ishua. 33 meetings. No conclusion.
Yes.
Mm.
And you see how God works. The MD for Zamsa, he even reveals, he said, oh, there's this one from State House, there's this mean.
Are you there, Honorable?
Valiangalira ku network.
Katwish.
Awe takulitwala ufa fiance lwabo. Lero ni lero.
Bala.
Bari grabba network. Na lero bari angalirako.
Yali kababo.
Yeah. Bala, he will continue, come back. You know. Nightmare on TikTok. Pan ku TikTok bali firo kuikatako. Ku Facebook bali tufianta bati. We are there. People are watching on Facebook. I always keep it going, even if the viewership is low. Follow on YouTube. Follow on YouTube. That was Honorable JJ Banda. Hopefully he can join us and continue where he left off. But Joseph, the floor is yours. Welcome, comrade.
No, I was on the floor.
Before,
Who was on the floor?
Joseph.
Yes. I was on the
guys, before Joseph comes through, if we are tapping all of us, could FYP will be visible so that we can get more viewers and then Nefyama network and whatever. So the more we tap, the more we share, it helps the live.
Okay, thank you. Okay, but Abdul, you can go ahead.
I was on the floor, madam.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Greetings to everyone this evening. Hopefully you can get me.
We can get you.
Yeah, we are getting you. Loud and clear, but Joseph, we are getting you. We are behind you.
Okay. I would like to concur with what Honorable has said. You know, it is very disappointing to see traditional chiefs align themselves to political parties. You know, it is very disappointing. I don't know what kind of anarchy we can call that.
Just remembered and thought of checking.
Because if you say something, we're going to say, no, we are doing this. But the actual thing that is happening is so disappointing for certain chiefs to be citing a political party in such a way. You know, when I watched that video, I saw everything is shutting down for this country. You do not need chiefs of that nature to be supporting a political party. Chiefs should be neutral. I'm really getting a bad feedback. I don't know if you can shut some mics for me.
But I think it's Republic. You mute, and Shiva Shepherd, you can mute. Valungu, you can mute. If you are not speaking, can you please mute? Thank you. But Edgar, thank you so much for joining.
What we want to see, what we would want to see is an example of some chiefs that I know that are very credible enough. They do politics inside. You can't even see politics in them. They just do neutral politics. They just don't decide which one is on the throne. Is it from Chipata? Is it Bemba? Is it no? Anyone? They are very free to mingle with any president. Like the chief Mpezeni is one of them. He's a very mature chief. I can mention here. He's a very good example, Chief Mpezeni. See how many times the UPND has graced their ceremonies. Every day, every ceremony they go there. Every day they are welcome. Look at this issue. If the people of Chipata, if President only allows his son Eddie Galungu to be the one gracing the ceremony, would you think this country will be in order? It won't be. As you can see, those chiefs are staying, those were UPND. Do you think we're socialists? It's a no-go area. The call to unite this country falls on one man. The call to unite this country falls on one man. And this issue is a very serious task, I'm telling you. We need to be one Zambia, one nation. We don't have to know any tribe, not even knowing any names or region, anything. I don't know why this thing is coming to our country. It's a very bad case, and the politicians are using this because they want just to win an election without caring how many people are going to be affected by this bad kind of leadership. I'm telling you, to those people, abapataka opportunity kwamba kwenda kuma countries Zambia. Mukaye ku museum ya Rwanda. Mukayamona how bad this thing that you've been talking about in Zambia and this thing that you've been entertaining, how bad it is. It is a very bad break. And when you see a man who is doing that, when I just look into the person who is doing that, me, I see the devil in that man. The man, I see a man dividing people to say this one is Onga, this one is Bemba, this one is this. I'm going to support my fellow Bemba brother. Me, I see devil in that person. Because tribal wars are very bad wars. Let's be one Zambia, one nation. Like what Kaunda did. He governed this nation for 27 years without us knowing people by their tribes. But we knew each other as Zambia issue. He mentioned the issue of HIV, drugs and malaria and TB. You know, they are two sensitive diseases. I have a deadly son of HIV AIDS in Zambia today. One of them is malaria and TB. Most of us who are staying in town here, we are not affected by this TB and malaria. People are staying in the rural area. Nde mnyebanga tuwali mfuya koruse, tuwapapa takuri barama donors besu. Mamuna. Bantu wejisha ko edidia. Nurunga tuwali chitapo something that is required so that thing stay intact as that. The most disappointing thing that I saw today, Nasa Monafuti, is like, if you take up, it's like wakano mwana kashirelo, futu hafu wa umbi mwana kashi. To show you mwana kashi, ninkwa tana bad na kuli umbi mwana kashi. Na tsa mwana lelo, balepo kafuti, newspaper. It is there newspaper lelo. Na bapoka foot na imbi medical aid from another country. Mamuna. So nishimurela that imonga tamutu pay, we don't care. We are going to get aid food kumbi. That shouldn't be a country shouldn't be like that. A country should not take sides with other nations. Let's have peace with all countries. Mama, kashishi wenga mulengonga.
So I think you have yeah, so thank you for your contribution. A country should not gamble with people's lives. It's not where the money, the medicine is coming from. That is not the point. The point is not where the drugs are coming from. Umute already ashapa kuiva nangu kwinesho awobeni abambo kuba donata aba donate yo muchuyo lero. How sure are they that they are giving these drugs to a government who will distribute these drugs to the people it is intended? Mamona. Again, the people who are giving these drugs, they must ensure that these drugs reach the poor people. People can donate, but we want these donations to reach the people, the woman in the village who needs malaria drug, the woman in the village who needs the TB drug or HIV drug. Effort to refine. So this is the point which we must continue to speak, and let us die on speaking on the truth. Twitina bena Zambia. Let us die with the truth. I don't scare enough to Bantola Mukuntani Karero, but Singana Frida Pachishinka, so be it. If I'm going to die to defend, fight for the oppressed, so be it. We are not going to sit quiet where they are systemically stealing drugs. After 33 meetings, we have they are exposed that you are not diplomatic. Eh? And then Nalumango, first of all, cha story you would still be poor nangumatfunya. Really. Anyway, I have a timer to 4 minutes each, and when the timer is over, you can hand over. So by Josephs, you can be next, and by Republic and by Chisanga.
Thank you very much. Just a quick one. I think I just want to comment on the endorsement of Hakainde Chidema by some chiefs from Southern Province. I think these are some of the things that we've been talking about. You know, it's another thing to talk about something, and it's another thing, to act on something. UPND have been very, very hypocritical when it comes to this issue of tribalism in Zambia. They will say something, their action is totally different from what they pronounce, to the people as regarding, tribalism. Mostly, if the president really meant well and meant what he's been preaching about, I don't think he would have allowed or tolerated chiefs to do such a thing. Because these chiefs, they do this with, it's an informed decision. This information will have actually gone through to the president, and the president is aware to say this chief will come and say this and that. They will endorse me for political expedience, which is actually a danger to us, as a country. Anyhow, whatever is going on in UPND, like I've said, this is one political party that is consuming itself. All those utterances that came from the vice president, it's just an acceptance that we are going out. The reality is they have known and they know to say it is over. So basically, you can tell a person that speaks from the point of defeat. Their language, body language, and everything shows. So they know that this is what is going to happen, and they know that the people are not with them. They shouldn't worry so much about all the opposition. No, the actual opposition is us, the people of Zambia, that put them in power. They didn't, it's not PF that put them in power, it was the people. So the very people that put them in power are extremely disappointed. And because they are disappointed, they are choosing another government in 2026. I thank you.
You still have 1 minute.
I do?
Yes.
All right, great. Yeah, so those are some of the things. Then, the other part that Honorable JJ Banda brought out, I think these are the very things that we are complaining about. You look at the cost of living, talk about the theft of drugs and all these things, and then coming out against the people that are calling out a theft to be a theft, and they're being asked to be diplomatic on how they communicate. If people have met you 33 times, 33 times, ero liraya afwaya umbe walanda tinishi tako shere korea number 34 teushubo abantu kuti bakufia nishamwe ura cyber crime
Yaba. Umwa ume ala kuma. Take 3 times akuma fie. Era wa mukana ta. Nga wali nish na kumine fie miku 33. Nga wali shipikisha. Ubara kuma lionse wala kuma wali karafi atinjikalira abana. 33 times. So they were longer. Why yati? Yeah, nishwa ira nga wali shipa. The damage is done. There's no diplomacy to break it down. Welcome, Don Oscar. Okay, your time is up. Next is we have Notes and Republic. Abachi Sanga, I think you were here earlier. Welcome, Bamwila Lupunga. I'm honored to have you here. Abachi Sanga, 4 minutes starting from now.
Okay. What I want to check on you.
Chiri Chonse, go ahead.
I'm going. Kwena, tule tambu po chalo chile ndera nese tule chura. Fwawe mbatula ndati akama no kupoma ni kwa mabwe. Eno mfumu kutangala ni kwa bantu. Nomba itaisa lubana muba neso wawa UPND. Vali lacking a leadership. Utosala ndati amano ya chifyari wa wisdom air chamber. Kana ngo kuri saibaro kwenda twaitira sama ndogona ekwatensa mpushagula ndange chalo chesu. Ngone amkula nsho mukashana uitangisha kobufi. Panu ngwabusha bufuke saseva na pala iseva keza sanga chulana pamusengere. Nangulala na paifu tawa kwatana bedi.
Honorable, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Tumapusha Matsanga, let's apply honorable.
Okay, sure. So, what if you're today that making sure that Tamuri Wufi? Problem we are new Don government, and what you PND. Why can you share Probufi, Uguchiroku Bombela Ranto? Then it's I saw Muchakwa, if what I take a Pogufumapokela independent, Muna in 1964, 1964. That's what they got. So, what I get opportunity, I say, when I want to Kalimo. We got the Pandic Kanich. We are Sanga, Christian province, na Luapura province, Copa Belt, Abapari, Baparia. Bamana got to my enemies, but the Grand Singapore, Eastern province, Copa Belt province, Bapura province, Tuari Fula, more than our southern province. If what got wisdom that for Congo Montupamuchila, that's what the Tumbera Minister Shabu Malonda. 3 quarters. Abane stock southern province in store where Malonda. So that's why the police of Angasta. Get about for one. Get about fantastic. By no Siavanga, Gamana Pacampani, Tafo Kulon, Conca Conca, Tafo Kumulon, they move in both Siava. Nangumunyan Janava Shell, no Bavaneso. They look some of the Pumas and Suga. About Funaco Malonda, about southern province, about Tonga. What I'm going to shove. But to put study because Iran if it's called such much. The Wayam Paramasos, actually, I will have my Varadanda and Danda.
Much sanga, and then Ombako Panono, just be a bit careful. Nama went Mulemon Fiapa, Namushwafi. Yeah, they might cause to say you're saying this against Tonga, so please.
I don't see any problem with what he's saying, honestly, because each tribe yadi wanom sangu. Mwaishiba. Apa, we must call a spade a spade. Tatua tungurule chalo, nokula landa.
The law is like the law has been suspended in Zambia, so if we are protected, my dear sister Pumulo, they are being arrested.
Yeah, if someone can be taken for emojis, what's more those words that he said?
Yes,
so
yes,
you have to be very careful.
Okay.
I think on this one, we have
no, but I know about Don Oscar, but the thing is, people have to know. Like we must know but if indela ndashire rufyanyo muntu mwamona. But when you are going to be scared to say anything, even when you are saying the right thing, He's just describing to say these people, they are like this.
But we have seen.
But you're not Queen Bumi. That's why we're just saying, stop talking about that.
Okay. We have seen.
Okay, can you conclude now?
Just a minute, my brother. We have seen Mapumulo, a young man, being arrested because he shared an email, an emoji.
Emoji.
An emoji is not a person. An emoji is just is something.
It's a graphic. Yeah.
If this is what the extent we have gone to be, I personally, from here, being in Europe, I would say this is shameful. Without fear. This is shameful.
It's not, but Don Oscar, I think we need to stand on the truth. But Don Oscar, let me correct you. Because apart to fikire number, if we know that someone in some WhatsApp group, WhatsApp group is like a house. So it's like he has WhatsApp group with his ministers. So if one of his ministers says something or haka inde bananda something, and then udia minister afunya fidefina and deliver haka inde. The problem, if cyber law, if you don't conquer udia, who finish the in a private group. So we must tell this government to say, we must stand our ground and know our rights. This is my point. Because Atara Ndide, the crime was not committed in a public space. It is in a WhatsApp group which is encrypted. So if you are a spy, you are the one committing a crime according to cyber law. No, yes, no. We must, as much as we have to be careful what we are saying, but these people cannot be arresting us over a message in a WhatsApp group, because a WhatsApp group is a private forum.
Okay, but I wanted to ask, because this is public, we're in public, and he quoted, if I'm correct.
No, but you know what he said, that he just said how the Tonga people are. How can that be a cyber crime? He didn't insult.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, when he points out and says all Tongas, most of them are guards, that can be used against him. That's what I'm saying.
But he can withdraw it, but it's a fact. But then again, it means now.
Queen Pumi, how do you say all Tongas being a guard is a fact? That's very wrong.
He didn't. He said most of them. He didn't say all. Say most.
But you can't say that majority, because we can't.
That is his opinion. People don't need to say their opinion.
Can I?
We are all saying opinions here.
Right, Sanga, just a second. I'm asking permission on the platform. I ask for everyone, those people who are responsible on this platform, I'm asking permission, please. I've been discussing with some of our friends on the question regarding social media. Today is 13th of May. I'm a Catholic. On the 13th of May, we as Catholic, we celebrate what we call the Feast of Our Lady of Fatima. I'm not going to enter into the details what happened in Fatima. There were three young kids, very young kids. They had a vision. They had a vision of Fatima, of Our Lady of Fatima. When we say Our Lady of Fatima, we are talking about the Mother of Jesus Christ, who appears to these young people. All right. I stop there. I come to the meaning of this day, 13th of May. The Catholic bishop, the Catholic Pope, who is called now Leon XIV, He's called Leon XIV. And why is he called Leon XIV? You know, the popes, they go back in the history, they find themselves some historic stories, and then they find a name. We are coming from Pope Francis the First, and we are now going to Leon XIV. So now, this Pope, the Catholic Pope, Leon XIV, was explaining why he chose the name Leon. And this is what I want to share with you on this platform. He said, Leon the 13th was ordained as a pope on the 15th of May, 1891. 15th of May, 1891. And he produced a document. You know, when we say the Catholics, it's a universal church. People, they argue, they accuse us of things, whatever they do. But we go on. We have gone on. This is 1891. What did this Pope Leon XIII do in 1891? He produced a document which was called Rerum Novarum. Rerum Novarum is a Latin word, but in English, I will explain the meaning. It was called letter passed to all cultural patriarchs. It was a letter. He produced a letter which is sent to all patriarchs and primates and archbishops and bishops. So the letter, like in Zambia, some of you friends of mine here on this platform, you know that the Zambian people, they issue the letter which is called the pastoral letter, which they say, and this pastoral letter is sent to the government or the lay people. Everyone listen to this one. So now this letter of a pope, which is called Pope Lion, number 13th. He issued this letter, and on this letter was saying, this is what is very interesting. He talked about working class. Working class. My brothers and sisters, listen to this. He talked about the working class. He discussed the conditions of working class relationships and mutual duties between labor and capital. Labor and capital. The year is 1891. Labor and capital. Brothers and sisters, this Pope, we have, us as the Catholics, we have a Pope now is called Pope Leon XIV. I want to speak to you. Let me speak to you. Allow me to speak to you about these things, because history is very important. This Pope has said there was a revolution. This is the word what we understand. There was a revolution by that time, and the Pope says, I'm going to choose this name because there is a revolution now. Now, there is a revolution, and the revolution is a revolution regarding mutual duties between labor and the capital. I want to show you because I'm not scared. This is pain. That's pain. So there is a revolution between labor and class. Ichalo outu tulimu ichalo mutuli. Inchito na class. Class inchita tunangati. Class yaba akainde chirema. Class yaba Nalumango. Class. Elo labor twaranda ti. Maraba kuchingola. Aba icheba jelabo. Aba kuchingola. Ba jelabo. Aba kitwe. Maraba icheba kitwe. So bachechi bakatori yafu balanda. Umfweni mwabantu wa kwaletsa. Ngufwena papatu. Ba jelabo bakukitwe. Bakatolika na baba jelabo bakukitwe bana tuntunkanya po. Pantu ifwe eklesia wesu chechi yesu iranda ti tieni tuafilishe na babene ba docas yaba imishema portrait so atwa ba akainde portrait ba imama portrait ifo to ala official kuba ba 7th day ba katolika for tuaba we are going to help ba 7th day we are going to help ba nani kane ba ababa omubali shemin soli muchechi njafulishe nko mu bantu okwalesa omwachali mudobo wali shemin soli mwisa muchechi mudia muliba Anglican church muri Anglican church
Father.
Mukwai
Yeah, to put 5 minutes, so we'll just add a minute so that you can conclude.
It's okay, Larry. No, it's all right. It's okay.
Okay. Thank you, Father.
Thank you. So the next one is we have Honorable JJ Banda to continue. So we know you got cut by JJ. Continue where you left off.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Yeah. So what I was saying is, I think I had concluded the first one about the division in our country.
Yes.
Yeah. For the tribes.
The country has been divided because most of the people, when you go to PSMD, for those who are saying that no, maybe we might have maybe to say no, maybe I'm talking on without. Go to PSMD today. You never find someone from Southern Province being at PSMD. You will never find someone from Western, Northwestern, and Central. But when you go there and see that list, which is more than 1,000 workers, civil servants who have been packed at PSMD, they are from Eastern and Bembas, mostly. Bembas, when I say Bembas, we include Chinsali, or we include Muchinga, Northern Wapula, and Lambaland, which is Copper Belt, because most of Copper Belt people, they regard them as Bembas, but they are Lamba. So as long you were the director or deputy director or senior at any institute, government institute as the civil servant, you are going to be, they have been packed there. Go in the security wing also. All of them, they have been packed based on tribal rights. Check even the people, even at the National Assembly. The government has got 3 arms of government which form the government, which is the executive, judiciary, and legislature. All these were expecting that they will be working independently so that our constitution can be protected. But not anymore. Look, I'll start with the case of Vamalanji. When we come to legislator, Vamalanji and Bowman, those constituencies, they were grabbed by them not in a right way, whereby there's even a court ruling to say they were even supposed to stand, not to be blocked. The way they were blocked. But what happened? Because right now we are in a banana country, we are in an animal farm country, where the constitution can only work to those who are opposing the government. But you can do any impunity as long as you're supporting the government, you'll never be arrested. You'll never be sent to prison. You'll never be even taken to any police station when you are reported. Just for example, a recent case where Honorable Mausamba went to report Simon Mwachitambala, and Z Farmer went to report Simon Mwachitambala, and they had the call-outs. But what happened? Because those are praising, because Simon is praising them, what have they done? He hasn't been arrested up to now. But just someone who has just posted on social media to say, Chushu, we were CC, Azaka Buera, I capona to posting at my mojo, crying mojo, then there was a picture to say, we were CC, Azaka Buera. The boy is in cells now. I think today it's a 40 day.
So I will get a picture of whose picture? Did he put a picture of somebody, or I will get to my emoji?
He responded to a picture that was there using emojis.
Yes.
It's like the picture of the honorable here, and then I saw comment that no to my emojis and say people are crying, and then I'm taking.
That emoji was not actually the president. The picture was not president. It was someone else.
Yes, then he just commented. That's what I'm saying.
What is it?
No, but once at all, what a mishishi. So, I will let you under to one mishishi.
No, I can comment on a picture. Is it about?
Okay, go ahead, Honorable JJ.
Yeah. So, and the boy never commented even in words, but he just put something in that emoji, which is if we have got yes, I'll take care of the constitution. When he was taking oath, I can assure to you to say, even this boy was going even to go. He's on record saying to say, no one will be arrested. No one will be arrested unless the matter is investigated, and then will be given a police bond.
2 days, maximum 2 days, 48 hours.
Yes, if the matter is bondable. But up to now, that boy is there. And then we can say to say, and then he's busy again. He has tampered with our constitution so many times. The constitution is very instructive, instructing him to say he is supposed to nominate persons with disability into parliament. He was supposed to nominate a youth and women. But women, yes, we saw which he nominated, I think there are about 2. But what about youths, there's nothing. Persons with disability, there's nothing. And then even those youths who went there by their own, what does he do? He's chasing them, grabbing their seats. The persons with disability who was representing the persons with, where is he? He has been taken to prison. And then you can see to say, we have got someone who cares about the constitution. But if it was animals, if the constitution was talking about animals, you are going to see what he was going to do. Because we saw how quick he was when his animals were being stolen. He had changed the law. Just there, after being voted less than a year, he changed the law into non-bearable offense. A capital offense is just stealing a chicken from his farm. It's a capital offense. Stealing a goat, stealing any bed, and then go to prison. Those people, there's no space. He's even failing even to feed those people. They are feeding once a day. You can imagine. He's failing to feed them. And then you're saying no, we have got someone who cares about people. He doesn't care about people. That's why even this, he has seen whereby the ambassador, you can imagine the ambassador crying. The ambassador crying to say, yes, we have withdrawn, but he was crying because of seeing how people are suffering at the UTH and across the country, those who are in hospitals. Seeing how the death rate is high, how high the death rate is. The ambassador had to cry. But him who was given the mandate to take care of those people, what does he do? He's busy laughing to say, no. It's time now to stand on ourselves. Really? Something which is emergency? I'm sure we are supposed to take him to China so that we can check him upstairs if he's okay.
Yeah, you know, this is one of the conditions which we want. They're coming when the 8th Republican president, there is a list which we have created, which we demand that the 8th president must comply to those things. It should be a contract, and including medical and psychological evaluation.
Now, ma'am, because he has taken advantage, to the people because the way he has lied to the people about the things he used to promise, about the things. That's why you can see even people coming on social media to apologize for the support they rendered to him.
Okay, your time is up, Honorable. So you will come back later. So hold that thought. So who's here longest? Is it a Republic or a not between the two of you? Okay, but not say you have 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
The thing is, as the Honorable rightly says, he doesn't care about whether you die 6,000 the whole country. He would not bat an eyelid because his focal point is just to amass wealth and make sure that he impoverishes us, the Zambian people. I think that's his focus. Because why would anybody? And if he was really serious about the health of this country, surely after the concerns from the ambassador, what he should have done was, okay, acknowledge that no, these things are taking place and I'll look into it and, act as soon as possible and give you a feedback so that at least they can see that, he's taking an interest and they are trying to resolve the problem. And that's how you do it amicably. But what do they come and say? No, they now come and make statements and say we are a sovereign state. That it has nothing to do with sovereignty. It has everything to do with our lives. So they should also mind what they say, because when they are coming up with these words, they should understand that we are humans, and we also deserve to be dignified. So when they come up with these things of saying, no, they are trying to justify, their theft. In any case, it's a shame that this country has no law, because just on that statement, they should have jailed the whole lot of them, starting from the president downwards, because I think they have failed us. I mean, why should we have to accept the fact that we should suffer now for somebody? people's mismanagement. You mismanage the procurement. You mismanage the distribution. You mismanage everything when they've given you the free drugs. You mismanage the distribution, and then now we have to pay the price for it. I mean, how to let it make it can't make it can't. It's not making sense because we're not supposed to be paying for their sins. You know, they should be paying for the wrong that they've done to us, and not vice versa. So I think it's high time we stood together as a country and really demanded justice, and accountability is the biggest problem that we are having. They need to take account of their own mistakes, and they need to, I don't even know if an apology to the Zambian people would be sufficient, because in my view, they just all need to step down so we start afresh, because it clearly shows that they are incompetent. There's no way we are going to sit here and listen, oh no, the 6 months. So after 6 months, what happens? I mean, drug manufacturing is not something you can do in 2 days. It needs time, it needs a lot of research, it needs a lot of time. It takes years. So how are you going to, well, you might find another source, but how sure are you? You know, the efficacy of those drugs, how sure are you? So these are the things they need to look into. And instead of saying we should, yes, I agree to the fact that we should be self-reliant, we should be working towards that, but how are we going to do it when you don't even have power for a start? Even if you have to do research, you need electricity. So how are we going to do all that? So these are all the challenges that we have. So this business of them saying, no, you know, they'll look for other avenues and so on and so forth. Yeah, well and good, you can try that. But those avenues you looking at, you also need to look at these drugs suitable, you know? Because every country, whenever a drug comes into the country, they have to test it to make sure that it's suitable for their people. They don't just accept drugs anyhow. If they find that drug is not up to their standard, they usually reject it. This is how the drug system works. So if they're going to just take any drugs from any Tom, Dick, and Harry, how are we sure that those drugs are okay for us? We don't know. We don't have anybody testing. We are just going to accept because it's a different source. They need to be serious with our lives and they shouldn't be gambling, you know. Maybe they can try with cows, but then at least it wouldn't be that bad. But surely when you are dealing with human beings, there should be a way you need to look at, you know, people and respect them, give them their dignity, you know, not just doing things anyhow. No, because we are UPND, we can do ABCD. No, that has to stop.
Thank you.
I sincerely hope and pray that, you know, they are listening to these things and are able to pick up one or two things and change the way they are doing things, especially when it comes to the health sector, because you can't be playing with people's lives like that. For them, it's okay. They can fly out of the country any minute. But what about us who can't fly out? So those are the things that they need to put into consideration. We all deserve fairness. We all deserve justice, you know. So I end here.
Thank you, Mama. Powerful presentation. So we say no to gambling with people's lives. Power tap the screen. I think who's next? Matthias. And then we'll come to Vastani. It's 4 minutes. You are on the clock. The clock is starting. You can go ahead.
Okay, I can come after Matthias.
Okay. Matthias, are you ready? Vastani, are you ready? Okay, let's drop them. If they are not, Republic, you can go ahead.
Okay, so firstly, I hope myself we know what I say. I would firstly like to say a very good thank you to the Honorable for being with us today and enlightening us on most of the things that we are supposed to be knowing on. So that they have taken this Jeremiah person, it's a very sad, moment again, like any other sad news that we hear every time of the week. So I would like to emphasize on this issue of people being taken and everything and stuff like that. It looks like a joke when it doesn't happen to you or you've heard about it, but there are so many ways of things being manipulated, especially in the fact that they would want to silence you and make you do whatever they want you to do. And if it's not done in their way, it's going to come back bad for you. You maybe need some backup or someone up there who is known or whatever, or a connection of any sort. And I feel bad for people like Jeremiah. If there's no one, family, we can simply be silenced. So I would ask the Zambian people to say, we are not doing malpractice here or any other thing. The only thing we're trying to do is enlighten you on things so that you are aware of what's going on. Because if you can't get your voter's card, you can't get your NRC, if you can't know what's happening in the country or being up to date with, current affairs, you won't even be knowing about issues like what happened to Jeremiah or any other thing. So we need to be aware that when you're on platforms like this, listen to understand and also try your best to get the knowledge from what we educate here. Because sometimes it's more like on these debates, you don't know what people are reading, like enlightening you on. Talk about the medicines. You've seen the way the vice president has been answering us. They are saying whether we change the leaders, we're still going to remain poor and stuff like that, and we're going to get aid from whoever. We've mentioned here to say those drugs, we don't know where they're coming from. We don't know the psychology, if it's for those drugs to come here. So we've had aid from a country that we've known for quite a very good time, a very long time, and we've had a good relationship with them. They've been there for us. And then we just simply cut those guys off because we don't follow the rules of the game. We don't want to listen to what these people have been doing for us for years. And then we just want to get free medication from elsewhere. Can that be a genuine thing? If you sit down and look at it, it's more like just being killed to the bone directly. So sometimes, if you see in between the lines to say, is it about us or it's about animals like we've mentioned? It seems like animals are more important than us at this point. Is it about us or is it about a person and his people, his family? Because when you sit down today, in other parts of Zambia, it's like our brothers are not even welcome. They have little or no say. If your surname carries a certain surname, or like if your name carries a certain surname, you're not even considered in certain things. So the beefs that are happening right now in Zambia, it's more like Zambia is divided into this side and, most of these things that we keep on mentioning every day. So when we come here, we keep saying, get your NRCs, get your voters' cards. When it's time to use that vote, you have to use it and you'll use it wisely. So guys, ukudisa abantu baredisa, kusenda maseuzi abantu bari basenda, lo tairetuombera, ukulu abantu balelwa every time. So I think let's get our voters cards, let's get our NRCs and let's vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. The timer is working well. So we all have 4 minutes. Let's have our thoughts and whatever we have to say in order before we come up. But Republic, what you said about this WhatsApp group, the president that Munima spies. So they are going to bait you. If you're HTK group, even me, I'm in certain WhatsApp group where I ignore. Umuma WhatsApp group te mwakulanda techiranderande umuntu ngaisa waya suka. Guess what? Wale nitea bakula nitea bakula nilo bange sabi. Now we have to change the games in how we interact in these WhatsApp groups. There are spies there who are sent to kula miloba ngefine balobo you. So fimokusu lafye. Kama mu group mu wakabetu onse udi mu group na umu ishiba kuchiwalande filifionse. But some of these groups, they are big groups. You don't even know who is who. Guess what? They will set you up. Look at what happened to Waimi. Waimi mam setting in and that changed Waimi's life to where he is today. We don't even know Aba Muwendo. And to respond to our Honorable JJF Bachilanda, the chiefs actually, according to Article 168 in the Zambian Constitution, number 2, if chiefs want to participate in politics, they must abdicate the throne, meaning baba ordinary citizen. So if you have that infumu cannot come on the past stage no kulanda tile support abahaka inde as a chief. Nishibamba politicking number. Infumu she for support ama president. She finish specific to say in my personal capacity, because the Tubakanye, as a citizen of Zambia, they have a right to affiliate with any political party. But if I na kuisa mkuchita affiliate to a political party, na chitaito na batuika pamutu echa bufumo. Because that could be misleading number ma subjects babo monsevalia ukukonke mfumu efyo yalanda. So imamwele na kalachalo all over different parts of Zambia. Mwishi befye kweba mfumu nga yalanda tinde support a president huyu. It means the mfumu in his own personal capacity. You are not obliged ukukonke mfumu yobe evo ale supporta. Pantu mfumu efyo ilia yeka. Mfumu shadi kwa atama benefits from the government. Especially this government na tufuatile pera sana ma infumu otoma benefits. Nomba mwebe na kalachalo muredia kwa ma benefits infumu esho shiredia. Pausi na mfumu nga yalanda tinde support oyu na mwebe nemwa ya musapota uli ya muntu. Wake up. Wake up, Zambia. Madam B, you are next. Madam B, are you ready? By Robam, welcome. By Christine, welcome.
Well, I hope everyone's doing fine. And thank you. It's saddening. My responses, Yalef Kuranto, that are sitting in offices and big offices that we rely on them, and we think that they would be reasonable enough to side with the majority Zambian population that are grieved because of the theft. But it's like they're downplaying everything and bringing up this the issue of us that we ought to be independent. We ought to be doing our own. We ought to be able to be purchasing medications on our own and everything. I think that's not even a topic of discussion right now, or rather, it can be a parallel discussion, because this is not even new. Us talking about being independent in the procurement of medications and everything. It's not new, but it shouldn't be entangled into what's happening right now. What's happening right now is theft. So talk about the theft. What are you doing about it? And then how are you going to come up? What's the solution? Because the 6 months is very, very little. I'm sure someone thinks, oh, we have time, 6 months. 6 months is not a lot of time. I'm sure I'm even seeing us coming back and talking about it after 6 months. So that's very saddening. And then the other thing is the vice president talking about us being poor, and that even if we vote out the UPND government, we'll still remain poor. That also saddened me, in the sense that I'm sure the vice president can see how the poverty levels at least changed when it was another government before the UPND. So had we continued, had they, the UPND, when they came into power, continued, they would have even excelled, they would have even put us even at a better place. So playing psychology is what is a bit scary with this government, because it's also a lot of people that listen to their clarifications and their these beautiful words that they come up with and believe in them and think, oh yeah, what she said really makes sense. It does make sense that a lot of African countries have remained poor besides changing governments. But let's talk about it as we've experienced it. How much are we buying Millie Meal? Are we able to buy medication when we get sick? How much are we buying fuel? That's poverty. And if we compare to the previous government, then we can see that it's us actually that are in power, the UPND in this matter, that we've even brought the poverty line to the lowest, probably lowest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister B, for your contribution. I'd like to throw it to the Honorable, just a good contribution on that, what you can add on, Mr. Honorable.
Thanks so much. For me, my contribution, from what she's from saying, the mothers, you are the ones who know how to even take care of the children at home. That's why I'm sure it was also a good thing whereby the president picks up a woman as a running mate. Why? It's because women are known on how to take care even at home, the budget, to do what. That's why it's not a man to take care of the kitchen, but it's a woman. For our mother, Nalumango, she was supposed to be the one even giving hope to the people. First, even in the same meeting, I saw there were even some ambassadors. She was even supposed to utilize the same platform to tell the people to say, no. I'll talk to the president. Please, we'll fire all those people who are corrupt. Because even the ambassadors, they have got names for everyone who is involved in that corruption. But they can't be fired. Why? It's because they are eating together. Because it's in the animal farm. And then you can even get surprised where instead of giving hope to say, okay, we'll work, because the country has got so many resources. Look about even that truck, which was even accused to say she's involved, that one for Sujarat. That one, it was almost, it worth a lot of million, like the money we borrowed from IMF, about 60% of the money we borrowed from IMF. That's a cost of that tipper truck of Sujarat, which is at Kawe. And we don't know if it's still there. Or maybe it has gone rags. But instead, and then she just saying to say, no, even if you change us, you put another people, you remain poor. What? So now, what is she telling the people? It's like at home. Your parents are telling you to say, we don't know if no matter what we can do, we can't manage to have 2 meals a day because there's no meal. But it's the duty of the parents to make sure that the children should eat 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to use the same resources to better the lives of the Zambian people. Yes. That's why corruption is stinking everywhere. The same money that they're talking about, Imita Ufole. Do you know what is happening? All those relatives to the ministers, to the DCs, to the PSC, to the cadres of the UPND, that's the ones that are getting that man of Imita Ufole.
Nempari, never got Tempari.
Yes.
Those who have many wives, kula pera fya mafumo bale amkula imita kulya bale fola.
No. If you are coming from Eastern or Bemba, you can't get that money from imita ufole.
Really?
Yes, you find, go to Petauke, the people who are getting money for imita ufole, they are coming from Lusaka, they are coming from Southern, they are coming from Northwestern, they are coming from Western.
But kwena mwandini
mita ifole, cash for work, the ones which are saying cash for work. During the previous government, we used to give relief for free, but them they're saying cash for work. Those who are getting cash for work, go to Petauke right now. You find that the whole list, 20% they come from Petauke, 80% they come from Lusaka, Southern Province, Western Province. They're the ones who are getting money for cash for work without working.
Oh my God!
Corruption. All that is corruption, and I don't think there's any these 6 presidents who have been there. They have never done that, whereby getting, if relief is sent to Southern Province, they get people from Eastern to go and get relief from
Imagine.
Southern Province. No.
Awe mule isa honorable mule tuisule emitwe. So that is a powerful revelation there. The honorable has just told us to say these imito for people are traveling from some provinces to some provinces to go and collect. Yeah.
Not just even in these same services.
Even appointments, teaching service, whatever.
Someone from correctional services coming from Lusaka headquarters, I send a contract ya kukula Oluwama Palace, for example.
Even all police commanders are here. They are funya kuma provinces.
All the provinces, one person. How is that possible, Mwevantu? And there any contractors there in Chipata or whatever?
In a country of 73 tribes.
And ma'am, before I forgot something, there are people who may argue to say it's not happening. I'm sure we saw it's in the public domain. We saw the chief from Horokoso, the chief from Bubwi, who were complaining to say we don't want these teachers, they won't work here.
Yes.
The chief from Horokoso, we saw. The chief from Bubwi, they were complaining about the same, to say people are coming from somewhere else. They were just scared to mention, to say they are coming from
You have to be politically correct now. So Kulanda that somewhere else, but we know where they are coming from. Okay, I think who's next on? We have Honorable Changala in the house. Welcome, Robam, welcome. You have 4 minutes on the clock. We have a special guest, Honorable JJ Banda, so he will be coming in to give us insights as we speak. We are so blessed. Thank you so much. So, Honorable Changala, the floor is yours. Okay, sorry. Robam, welcome. I'm sure Robam won't mind. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Bachangala. Go ahead.
Thank you. Chungrupo mkwai wanse.
Mkwai mwaiseni.
Honorable Peter UK.
Peter UK in the view. Oh, my son is in the house. Yeah.
Father Bombo, evening, Brother Robam, the Reward, the Joseph, the Notes, and everybody here. I'm told the topic is just open, not so.
We were talking about Madam Nalumango, what she said, the Nefifia Madras, because these are the most important thing, and the chiefs, you know.
Okay. Now there is this issue you might say.
No, you will never catch the cyber law, yes.
Now, if you see what the boy posted, that's why if Madam Pumi, if you remember last time on the same thing, I said I think on what we should done or because if you look at the post, you really sure that is cyber is going to be. See how what Honorable Mawasamba reported someone, but up to date, Tabarachita is call out. But do my child, anyway. So therefore, education, civic education over cyber. Otherwise, a road to go in because we don't know what we should post and don't field of post. So we need guidance. Amaroyazi, Bafwe Chalo, Granda Tavane, Apatrendera. So if it my post, if it post. Because if you look at those weights, I don't think it qualifies anyway. I don't know the measurement which is being used to say this is for this qualifies or not. And then the other thing that I would love to talk about also, USC, concerning nama taxpayers kumwabo kuliempia shawata ushe twareto wa fuirisho but ya sango kulanda tabota tuya fuirisha only the few individuals ebare tashani ebare bika matumba twaisa umfana kuli uyu obatamfyo uyu former general wa aliko kuzamsa. I thought I hope you heard what he was on what seat. That was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if in briefing sana. I don't know if in briefing sana if I could that not to point out Pamsa for the Karacharo Nati. Can she of idea she really if you Karacharo sure. But nothing has been done. Somebody where is the fight? When the variations are there, but there is less action, rather no action taking place. A route is happening, the variations are there, but it seems like no action is being taken. Now, where are we going as a country? How are we going to move on? How are we going to develop as a country if things which are danger, there are no action being taken. But things which are not danger, action are taken. How are we going to improve? Rather, how are we going to develop as a country? Rather, where are we going? Where are we going as a country? Where are we heading? Something should be done. If something is wrong, it should be wrong to both sides. To the ruling, even to the opposition, not just on the other side. If that does not fit you, then you measure to say this is wrong. If it is coming to your side, then since it's favoring you, you say this is accurate. Then we are not heading anywhere as a people. I think for now, I submit that, Madam.
Thank you, Honorable Changala. Right on point. So I want, before Robin, you can come in, I want Honorable JJ to comment on this. Whatever Changala has said. And before he comments, JJ, we must be aware to say this cyber law was crafted for opposition. It's not crafted for them. We in Zambia nomba mwambia okushinisha mwebale tuishika tuwalemye bakale tuambo kulanda fwe bambi kwa these people, they are dictators, and the dictator they implement the laws one-sided. Rena kumiyabo mafuta. Matomola kutia lande fiare foya. Chiwokolo kutia tukana balungu. Look at where our honorable is today. Because we are in a dictatorship. So apanomba. Kusala fiamano. We have to guard ourselves. Be politically correct as we speak. Because zibakula posa penama fake stories. Yakula isapa media. Pakuchinga wa comment apo bakusenda. Where is the evidence? So we have to be very careful. When you're dealing with the crooked people, you gotta watch your back. Because these laws, they are meant for us, not them. So Honorable JJ, I think you'll be the best person to comment about this because your life has changed because of this selective application of the law. I don't think JJ is ready. Robam, can you come in?
I'm
quite my son. Donoska, are you there?
My God, I
Bachilanda.
Yeah, chikala pani.
Now I'm Sakamana.
I think he's just taking a bit of a rest, so I might swap and talk up.
Yeah, let's swap him and then he can join. Put him in the audience so that other people can join. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. And then could you do my swap and top up? So if you're not here, we're just trying to make sure everyone contributes, and then we can still bring you back after other contributions. Yeah.
And continue tapping to 20K, 20K, 20K. Go ahead, Varoba. Blaze Zambia, welcome. Hope, welcome. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Thank you.
Blaze, you talk about Nshima. Let me first then they can't. That's my Shiba. In our life straight. Yeah, Vice President. When I saw that video, I was working and then I looked at it thinking like, my God, what's going on here? Come on. And you can see what's happening that Kasongo kept on talking about leadership and kept on pointing on his big head. Mano, Muteko, Mano. I'm sure you've seen all those clips on on TikTok. But if you see what's happening with his party now is you can actually see no leadership whatsoever. Because when I listened to what that woman was saying, that if it Kateka, then I was thinking like, why did you even bother standing?
Exactly.
You know,